Alright, looks like they started. Go ahead and show the countdown. Go. It'll be a few minutes and then we can see the first game here. Alright. A couple more minutes and we will be going. While we're waiting, maybe we can take a look at the scores. Need to pull up the spreadsheet though. Let's see here. Where is this? Okay. So there's a little faster way to switch over. Okay. Here we go. Alright, so we've had 2 out of 3 groups play. This is the last group. This is what the current distribution of scores looks like. We got Cafe Elric and Yushika taking the lead, 40 points. So, seeing what the final 4 looks like at the end of the first week, we're going to see whether or not people get above these scores. 17 is the score to steal Stock Soul's spot in the top 4. Not that it's going to necessarily make that big of a difference because there's still 2 more games to go. But yeah, that's what we can be thinking about. These 47 down to 17. That's the kind of the range. And yeah, I guess nothing else really matters that much. I mean, who cares about the bottom score? I guess the bottom score is important because that's kind of like Watoru can still easily come back with 2 firsts and get in the top 4, or even 1 first and get in the top 4 if it's a big first. So yeah, we maybe get an idea of how reasonable it is for Watoru to get in the top 4 based on the scores here. Because if 2 people get a big score like this, like Stock Soul and Lurs, if they get above 30, this can be really hard for Watoru to have a chance at all. So yeah. Let me go ahead and switch back. It's probably about to start here. Yeah, I think we're just starting right now. Okay. There we go. There we go. Let me show the hands, the dealing tile. Yeah, and I have to apologize if my voice is a little messed up. I've been sick. Okay. We're just having a pretty meh hand here. It's a nice draw. Does anyone have a really solid... What's the door? Door is 8 pin, 8, the 8 mon. Hamburg Sand actually looks pretty nice. I mean, with the mon tiles. I always say that the hand is looking really nice because I look at like a few good shapes in there, and I'm missing that like the hand is mostly pairs. Like there's a Kanchan and 2 pairs, and then some really nice mon shapes. It's still good. Yeah, I think Hamburg probably has the best in drawing a Ryokan, but keeping both pairs. I'm not sure if that was really the most efficient thing. It may have been better to get rid of one of those terminal pairs. Especially given those mon shapes, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's very, like, you can draw some additional good stuff into there. Keep the Ryokan and keep all those mon shapes. I think it'd probably be the best thing. Certainly a bad thing about the Ryokan is just you might end up with a bad weight for keeping that, end up with a Kanchan weight. But, yeah. Either way, it's probably either dropping a terminal pair or dropping the 1 pin there. I think it's probably both. It's perfectly fine. Oh, my voice is deeper than usual? I didn't think that the sickness was doing that. Right, gonna drop the... No, not dropping... I thought the Penchan was gonna come out here. I had probably, thinking about this... well, hold on. Well, that was Suji, wasn't it? Suji against the 4-pin drop. Okay, that makes sense. I was confused there for saying there's a Richie on the 6-pin dropping the 7-pin. That seems really dangerous. But coming after the 4-pin, not as much. Lurs, yeah, not... But could have dropped the 1-pin. And think of going for a Tenpai. Maybe not necessarily committed to it, but certainly the 1-pin would be safer to drop than the 7-pin there, as it's a terminal Suji. Unless Lurs may be thinking of something that I'm not. That's certainly possible. What is the what's the situation here? Who's pushing and who's not pushing? I think Stock Soul is probably not pushing. Yeah, with that drop of the 2-pin. Actually, that 2-pin drop, it was not really. It doesn't seem like it was a folding, because there's 2 complete shapes there already. And actually, yeah, Stock Soul has like a headless Ishanten. Maybe we'll... Yeah, I felt okay about dropping that 1-pin. I don't know if would Stock Soul have dropped something that was like obviously dangerous, because that's a terminal Suji. Those 2 pins were both safe. And what is Hamburg doing? Dropping both 9s. Those 9s don't seem safe. So oh, okay. Stockstill dealing in. So yeah, Stockstill was willing to drop some unsafe stuff. Not that big of a hand though. What's the situation with the Dora? I don't think we see any of the Dora out, do we? So yes, yeah, there's a little bit, but I think like that was into Tempai, wasn't it? That was a Stockstill putting down a tile for Tempai. Okay. So yeah, that was the value judgment being made there. Like, okay, I'm putting down a dangerous tile for Tempai and Exhaustive. I'm not that terribly scared of the Ricci. Because there's no red 5. Maybe something like that. This is a nice hand in front of us. Lurse as well, having a potential Shosangen maybe. It's not too likely to get that Shosangen, but I mean, it's possible. Hamburg's pair of Hatsu makes it a lot less likely, though. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Lurse will draw the final Hatsu and get the Haku and the Chin and end up with a Shosangen Toy or something. Or Chitoi. Could be Chitoi. No, not Chitoi. Looking most likely Toy, I would think, yeah. Dropping the 3. Interesting. Going for Honitsu? I don't feel like Honitsu is worth that much compared to just Toy. Like, Toy is so much faster to get when you've already got the pair and you've already called 2 triples. So yeah, I don't really agree with dropping that pair of 3-mon there, but what do I know? Lurse is technically Ishan-10. It's kind of a weird Ishan-10, but it's technically Ishan-10. Could call the Chin and wait on the North or the Hatsu. I expect the North on the wait on the North, not a wait on the Hatsu, but if Lurse is willing to right, yeah. I mean, what can Lurse do against this Ricci other than just push? Because like they already opened the entire hand from front to back. Like, what can you do but push? What is Stockstill waiting on here? If the 3-6, just the half dead 3-6. There's 3-6. Hold on, that's it, right? Yeah. This is like kind of a really mediocre wait. Because the 3-6 is already one like the worst Yanmen wait, and it being half dead. It's not bad certainly, but yeah, not the best. This is just Ricci. And no Dora or anything, just going for Ricci only hand as dealer. With a decent weight, like can't really argue with it. And the Dora being the 9-mon also makes it a lot less scary, I think. But gotta worry that Lurse has got a pair of 9-mon with that hand. Oh, thinking about Tempai, gonna deal in, yeah. Dealing in for Tempai on that Honitsu. That would have been a nice Honitsu. But I really feel like, yeah, going for Toy would have been the same score. It's 2Han versus 2Han, and Toy is so much faster. I'm not sure if Lurst would have won had they made that decision, but that was my inclination. Olek starting out with some nice So shapes and Chun. Probably gonna get that Chun from Lurst, but that hand doesn't have any value, but is in first place, so certainly can just take that E3. Just go for it. Because yeah, the hand is so close to being complete as soon as that Chun comes out. Gonna be one away. We'll see. That completes. Okay, now one away, and maybe can get this closed. Maybe end up waiting on the Chun. What's the What was the hesitation there? I feel like that was a really obvious discard. Maybe Oleg was thinking about something else. Oh, there's Tempai. Very nice weight. 1 mon and Shun. Can't complain about it. That's like, yeah, the Shampoo including the honor is already a good weight. The Shampoo including the terminal is already a good weight. So those are both your Shampoo weights. It's very good. Like, got to be as good as like a 1-4 or something. Like, it's as good as like the best Yeonmin weight, I would think. And Stocksoul is still 2 away here. I mean, the sand looks nice, but just didn't develop fast enough to race with Oleg. Going to push here. This is Ishan 10, I believe. Is it Ishan 10? I feel like Stocksoul just doesn't really have great things to fold on, so maybe we'll take this Ricci. The 3-6, another 3-6 weight. Unfortunately, didn't get Sanshoku. That was a possibility. So yeah, Stocksoul pushing here. What is the Dora? Is the north? Do we see it? We don't. Oh yeah, we see one came out right at the start. So yeah, pretty. Oh, there's Sumo. Yeah, I think Stocksoul did hesitate for a while there on that Ricci. It was very borderline, or borderline whether to push here or not. Also against this Ricci, not with the situation with the Dora. Like, yeah, it's very unclear, but it wasn't that scary. So yeah, okay, let's go to the next dealer. Pretty nice looking hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes. Stocksoul's got a bunch of terminals there. Not terminals, honors. That's an okay draw, drawing a pair. Got 3 pairs there now. Hamburg's hand looks nice at a glance. I think it's pretty good. Got the 3, 4, 7, 8, and 6, 7, 8, and a Dora in there, and a nice draw there. Maybe get rid of, getting rid of the Adon Men 8 hanging off the end there is fine. I feel like you could get rid of, I don't know. I feel like there's probably something better to get rid of. Like, just get rid of the isolated tiles, maybe, because there's enough shapes here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, could just drop isolated tiles and keep that Adyan Men 8, because could still end up using it. If nothing else, maybe you can use it for simples, like drop this pair of honors when you draw like a 5 pin or something. So I think there was potential uses for that 8. Lurse's hand. How far is Lurse away? Still 2 away? Looks pretty nice, but I think that Hamburg has the advantage here. Stocksoul's hand, I feel like has grown quite a bit and improved quite a bit, but still like 2 away. And Oleg. Yeah, Oleg's still 2 away as well, yeah. So I don't think anyone's going to be able to... Oh, there's a nice draw for Oleg. So now Oleg and Hamburg are kind of on relatively even ground. Oleg may end up with a Shampoo weight here, but a pretty bad Shampoo weight with one of the 8s already dropped. Oh, Hamburg opening for simples. Okay. I guess that's a decent move in second place. I feel like I would, in Hamburg's position, I would really want to stay closed for Min Pin. So I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that or not. It certainly is taking a long time to finish up here. If it were still the first row, I definitely would disagree with that. But in ending the second row, you really need to get a hand together. It's time to have already been recheated for a while. Oleg, about to yep, here we go. I don't know how I sensed that was about to happen. I just felt like Oleg was about to complete the hand here. I got some ESP going on here. Oh, is that Tempai for Lurse as well? No, it isn't. But thinking about pushing from Ishan 10, I think that's Ishan 10. Could drop the Penshan, but no, dropping the 9. The 9 wasn't safe, was it? Why drop it? I'm a little confused at that. Yeah, I feel like the south last turn would have made more sense. Am I missing something with the 9? The 9 is safe. I'm a dummy. I didn't see it. The 9 was totally safe against the Rishi. Okay. So drop the 100% safe tile against the Rishi. Absolutely makes sense. Oh, yeah, I can check my PM. Oh yeah, Yushiko was saying, yeah. Oh, unfortunately, Anui can't seem to get the, Anui can't join us, can't seem to get it to work. Oh yeah, there we go, Yeah, and I could, yeah, it might be helpful to have another person in on commentary. I'm just trying to think of the logistics of that. Maybe I can go into VC and chill. It isn't really something we've talked about. Is like if we get people like do like what ARML does, where they have kind of rotating commentators and stuff. But yeah, Dushka, if you want to come into VC and chill, you could join me for the commentary. Because I know I can be a bit dumb and miss things and stuff. And let me know if like the coughing is really loud, or I can make sure to mute. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Olek here is already one away. Needs that three mon. If Oleg draws a 3-mon, it might be tempting to go for full straight. Actually, that's not true because it'd still be still be missing a couple tiles there. Now it's tempting to go for full straight, right? Having the 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but it would be a step back to actually keep that going. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a step back to drop like the 5 so, but I mean, yeah, kind of sucks. Kind of sucks to drop one of your either drop either the Chun or the 5 so. Keep the same Shanten. Yeah, just keep taking this free Chun hand, free Yakuhai hand is fine. Hamburg's got a pretty expensive hand there. But we'll see if Hamburg pushes here. See in Ishanten. It looks like Anui is watching, but they were saying that it wasn't working.
Or Anui, he has to watch. They rather, sorry.
Yeah, I think I think Anui doesn't mind she as much. As used to people always defaulting to he, but either way. Oh.
Yes, it's I don't know. Well, it might sound a bit bad, but sometimes not forget, but just kind of slips the mind.
Yeah. Yeah, it's totally understandable. So I don't think Anui like gets mad at people unless they're clearly doing it on purpose. Anyway,
that's fair enough.
Has there been any like major thing that you felt like I missed here so far?
No, I just wanted to I just offered because
Right.
I know you're a bit ill and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And when I was rewatching the VOD for my games, you sounded a bit ill.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to ask if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's it's appreciated, especially when Anui can't be here to do work. I feel like it's always much better if I can get Anui on to help me out a little bit. But yeah, Olek here getting another like fast hand. Still 2 away though. Is anyone racing that? I think that Stocksoul is a bit closer. It's hard to look at them from the side sometimes. But yeah, I think Stocksoul and Hamburg's got 2 Dora over there. But I think is a little. Hold on, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Hamburg and Stocksel, I think, are a little bit closer than Olek, and that is not really that useful of a draw. That is that is basically a second pair, so that is useful, but may end up just dropping that 5 to use that triple more efficiently.
Most of these hands seem fairly fast, but
Yeah,
some of these hands require certain draws to
right.
become fast.
Yeah. Olex especially is seeming a little bit. I think it improved it a little bit now that that three pin is out of there. Still
Yeah,
holding on to that 9 mon.
yeah, Stocksel's reached these enchant turn,
Oh, nice,
so
nice.
their hands progressing the fastest so far.
Yeah, and they've got
But
that nice 6 6 6 7 8. I don't know what that shape is called, but it seems very good.
the name of it slips my mind as well.
But that that 8 8 9 not the best, but probably just end up dropping that 9. Lur's not getting that Hatsu. But I think Lurs is still 2 away. It has too many shapes. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Is that right?
Laris's hand is just kind of bogged down.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I think if they don't get anything within like the next 1 or 2 draws, they might as well just fold.
Yeah. Or well, I feel like they could go for Tempai, but need some safe discards for that, and they don't really have them. Not going to drop this certainly, right? Let's see. Dropping the safe three so. Oleg dropping 8 mon. That's also safe? Yeah, everyone's dropping safe tiles. And the
Especially
twos.
this late, you don't really want to deal in this late in the round.
Yeah, and I think people are like most people are 2 away. I don't know if anybody isn't. Oh, Hamburg deals in.
Yeah, he reached tempo.
Okay, yeah, I think that happened earlier as well. Yeah, that classic dealing in for Tempai. Okay, East
I mean,
4.
they could have they could have had to the last round Rigi, especially when they had 2 Dora and no obvious Yaku.
Yeah. Was that like just under the wire for being able to still reach you? Or there's still a
Yeah,
couple of
there's
discards
4
left.
draws left,
Oh,
so
there were
they
4.
were
Okay,
able.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, and so Hamburg here has opening up, going for Honitsu, I guess.
Yeah, very obvious Honitsu.
Yeah. Oh, nice draw. Yeah, especially when the Dora tile is the same as the suit that you're going for. Dropping the West though, a little bit of a non Honitsu discard. Not fully
Like
committed.
also having, like also building a Honitsu. You don't decide to open though.
Okay, getting just perfect draws, basically.
Okay.
The only better draw would be like getting 3 7s in a row, I think. But yeah, they've got but this is going to be just a bare naked Honitsu worth because of that Dora worth 3 Han. So not that good, but as dealer, going to be 5,800, I believe. But could potentially get another Dora in there. It's possible. Or drawing the Haku could get another Han on top of that. Get to an 11-6. Oh shit! Gonna deal in.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, this hand was developing so perfectly, and just ends up dealing into another Honitsu. A cheap one though.
Oleg's kind of running away with
Oh,
this round.
oh, actually, that put Hamburg in 4th place. I didn't realize that was happening. Oh, that's bad. Oh well. Still got another side. All right.
Yeah, the thing is with the format being in the semi-finals and only having 4 games, it kind of it rewards you to be very aggressive in the semi-finals.
Right.
Like you kind of, I wouldn't say you're forced to, but you kind of have to be because of the margins are so small.
Right. Yeah. You need to get
Yeah,
you need to get like
that,
30 or 50 points uh, ahead. Like, yeah, you need to abuse the fact that you're going to be on the positive side of the standard deviation, I guess.
Yeah.
There still is, because of the way that we do the scorings for the Chaos League, there still is incentive for people to play defensively if they just want to avoid like coming last in the semifinals for a bit more points. Like going for 5th place instead of 4th does have some value to it. So
Yeah, that's true. But if you want to reach the final itself for the 4-player tournament, only having 4 places out of 12, then kind of you have to kind of be slightly more aggressive than you might normally be in a normal tournament.
Yeah, so
especially in the previous round.
Yeah, definitely. I was just gonna say Stocksoul's hands looking pretty like well developed, but it has that 3-3-4-4 in the middle there that's really like a bottleneck, and we'll have to see if a 2, 3, 4, or 5 is drawn, will actually make that that hand speed up really fast.
He has a lot of it. He has a lot of potential draws to make his hand a lot better.
Right. Yeah, the 3, 4, and 6 pairs being next to each other, there's a lot of ways that can like develop in as a complex shape. Oh, and there's the 4? Okay. So now I've got a nice Ishan 10.
It probably won't end up being more of much, but points are points, really.
Yeah.
And to move around along to your dealer turn as well.
Yeah, stealing the dealership from the person in 2nd place, I think, is pretty valuable for Stocksoul. Oh, and there's Tenpai on a Ricci only hand, or a Simples hand, rather. So thinking about whether to Dama or Ricci, I think. Or thinking of which weight to... going for the 7-pin weight. Okay. I was expecting it to be Shampon. I wonder why... Are those... What's the situation with... Oh, got the
they obviously sensed that Ipatsu coming, but... Pins on the table seemed like very valuable. So either weights would have been quite bad.
Right.
To be honest. And I think more people would be using 3 pins or 6 pins within their hands rather than a 7-pin.
Okay.
But that's kind of what I kind of
right.
Use from that from just looking at the board. But
would you have done this? I'm sorry.
Well,
I was just curious.
Both are 4 out, so either one would have been quite good to take.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know why I would have taken that situation, but Stocks got quite fortunate in choosing the right way.
Yeah, I feel like I would have gone with the Shampon, but I don't know why. I just feel like I just dislike the Kanshan more for no particular reason. Yeah, Stocksoul here. Maybe we'll just take this south. We'll see. Already Isha. Oh, look at that draw. Excellent. Maybe end up with this San Minchang weight.
Always pawn the south if it comes out as well. So.
Yeah, I expect that pawn will definitely be taken. Oh, okay.
Don't even need the pawn, you just reach it.
Yeah, it's a really nice Shampon weight. So Ricci Dora, maybe south as well for 3 Han. So base like 7,800 points or whatever it is for 3 Han 40 Fu.
Yeah, it just all depends on getting that south.
Yeah.
Will determine how valuable this hand will be, but
or Ura or Tsumo. Be helpful as well.
So getting the south, if it was just be Ricci south Dora, it would be around 7,700. 340 Fu.
Right. I don't know why I said 7,800.
And just having 2 Han, well, it pretty much doubles from 2 Han to 3 Han. So
right. Yeah.
Will be very, very valuable in terms of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, being the dealer, getting up to that 3 Han mark, I feel like is the real like. That's the what makes the difference. There's such a huge difference between 2 and 3, and even between 3 and 4 as well, going up to 12,000.
Yep. and there's only kind of maybe only one outcome where you would only get 2 Han, which is running the 8-pin. So running the south and getting any sumo on anyway will get the 3 Han he needs.
Right, and because it's not pinfu, that sumo is not shitty. No Ura. Hold on. Hold on. Richie. Oh, it's okay. Oh yeah, Tsumo the south. Yeah, I don't know why I was so confused there. I was because I was feeling like it was going to be Tsumo or south, not both. I don't know why I was thinking that way. Just confused myself. Okay.
You essentially just got to deal Lamar guns, so
Yeah, very nice.
it's very very good.
Yeah, that really changed things around, and that just goes to show like when you sit around and wait for your opportunity, you can just reap those benefits when they come. Gotta be patient.
He's going very aggressive again.
Yeah, I feel like
And I don't blame him with this hand either.
yeah, this is a nice basic basic, and it does have some chance to get up to 3 Han, like we were talking about 3 Han. It could happen.
Well, this will very easily be a very highly valued hand.
Oh right, with Honitsu,
especially Wandora,
yeah,
as well.
Right. Yeah. If this reaches if this becomes it stays Honitsu. For some reason, I wasn't thinking Honitsu, but yeah, obviously with Honitsu, this becomes a Mangan. And we got a pretty decent Ishan 10 here. It's kind of like I don't know what to think about this situation, where you're like waiting to call 1 of 3 pairs, and then you're going to be on a Champon wait. It's certainly much nicer when you have Yakuhai pairs, but I can
this is pretty good.
Yeah, I can just imagine. I can just imagine like you don't get. Don't mean to talk over each other, but I can just imagine like getting either the East or the Chun and not the other one, and the Forso never coming out. So like this kind of situation can be a little bit irritating.
Yeah, that's fair. So going back a little bit in the round, last was like Tenpai like on road, like pretty much draw 2, and they didn't reach you when Hamburg dropped the 7 pin, which was just kind of interesting. Now obviously now they decided to reach since they drew another south.
Oh, I see. Oh, so okay, I didn't notice that. We could actually go back a little. I don't know if I want to do that. But so Lurs was in Tenpai for like one, or was it just 1 turn?
A few turns.
A few turns.
Yeah, a few turns for the 7 pin, but I thought they drew another south. They drew another 9 pin, so obviously they decided to reach on this.
Right. So I feel like that makes sense. Like when you're this far behind, you can't go for a cheap hand. That's unlikely to win. Like Lurs was depending on the idea of getting like some Ura or something. Yeah, they're not in they're not in 4th place though.
Hands would have been the same value, no matter when they reached, but
yeah, just a bad way.
Having the south would be more potential value in the end, which they didn't get.
Right.
Which I guess is unfortunate.
Yeah, but it's just I think that you might feel like when you're behind, like you have to reach you there on the bad way, but I feel like there's a lot of different ways in which you can improve your situation, so you don't necessarily have to push everything when you're behind. And you're not the dealer.
Lars is obviously being first dealer, and having that taken away is in a very bad position.
Right.
They need big hand value in order to get out front of those.
Right. And
point with the point gap being over 20k.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit. It's a little bit different being in 3rd place rather than 4th, because Lurs winning any hand at least makes it more likely to not be pushed into 4th. Whereas Hamburg, I think, has to be a lot more constrained. And Hamburg going for a Honitsu with East.
Yeah, his hand looks like it's building up quite nicely.
Yeah, it'd be really nice for Hamburg to be able to keep that closed. Oh, but Olek about to reach you here. I didn't see this hand in front of me. Thinking about not taking it because of this Chun. Worried about the Chun.
The Chun has been discarded like twice before.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, it was just discarded twice. Yeah, so just considering Dama versus Ricci, and I don't understand the Dama here. I feel like if you're the dealer and you're gonna take a hand like this that has a Well, it is a bad weight. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not very good. It's not a very good weight, and it's very easily upgradable.
Right, and there is some chance of a Sanshoku here. Not really. I see 2, 5, 6, 7, but I don't see how.
Going for Soundshock is a bit of a push.
Would have to step out of Tempai for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go back quite a little bit for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think the this does make sense. Yeah, skipping on this Ricci, trying to upgrade to a better weight, because even with the Ricci, it's not like it's going to be worth anything. It'd be a Ricci only hand. With the better weight, it at least becomes Pinfu. Oh, and there's the Huriten. Oh, and there's that weight gone. Not like it actually matters if it's not going to be the final weight, but
I don't blame Oleg for being cautious.
yeah,
About reaching.
right.
Weight, but because even if the round ends with just within no 10, he still only has like 5k gap for first, which you could it's not a far cry to make up. Last round.
Right. I feel like it makes sense either way to take the Rishi or not. You could take the Rishi because it makes you more likely to keep your dealership and steal first. But you could also not take it because you want more value, you want a better weight, and you're okay with just staying in Tempai anyway. Waiting for the round to end.
He might have sensed a bit of danger in the game. Now that he's folding his saved arts.
Yeah. Although, I mean, with the Chuns being dead, it does kind of limit how dangerous it can be, unless people are going for big Yakus.
Like just looking at Hamburg's
yeah.
Kind of screams Honitsu.
Yeah.
And you never know, it might not be Honitsu, it might be Chinitsu. So.
Right. So yeah, I guess once you
worst case scenarios.
Yeah, once you hit Ricci, and you're committed, and you end up dealing into a Honitsu or a Chinitsu that gets one extra Han somewhere. You deal in a Hanuman.
And also the thing is, him having a very solid second place finish, like 41k second, is very good.
Yeah. That, like, of course you want to get first, but it's not like everything relies on getting that additional 10 points from first.
Which can be made up by getting a first and a second game.
I wonder what Hamburg is going to go for here, having 4 pairs opening on. They're just going for south only, just trying to get any hand, basically.
It could end up being south open Itsu Wandora.
Yeah.
If they get the right tiles. But it seems like they're just trying to go for a fast win and maybe trying to shift to Honitsu now that they drop the 5 pin for the Chin.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's not terribly far from Honitsu. I don't know. I don't know about that 5 pin drop anymore. That seems a little weird.
Yeah, when they draw that 3-1, that Honitsu kind of played.
Yeah, I feel like Hamburg is really indecisive. In the South 4, being in last, not knowing exactly whether to go for value or a fast hand, and kind of like wavering a bit.
Yeah, or looking at it more optimistically, they're dropping the 5 pins just to get rid of them. Just to get rid of that danger of keeping them.
Oh, I gotta take the con, right? No, I'm not taking. I feel like this con is 100% you have to take.
Yeah, if you want to sow chaos, you definitely take this. And if you need points, which you do, you definitely.
Yeah, I mean, could con that and the Souths all become Dora? That could happen, or the 8s become Dora or something. And also getting an extra draw too, because that South is just taking up space in the hand.
It doubles up as a safe tile as well.
But I mean, a safe tile is kind of useless.
Yeah, in this position, having safe tiles and exactly the less. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up not being able to race.
Yeah. It needed very specific tiles for Oleg to drop for them to get into turn play.
Right. I feel like Hamburg could have won that by calling more, by going more balls out for the South win, the Yakuhai win.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not. That's just what it seems like to me. But I guess they haven't started the next game yet. Are they on a break? Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Looks like Oleg asked for a break. Have they not? But they still haven't started. Okay. Yeah. It's been like 5 minutes.
Hopefully they start soon.
Yeah. Let me take a quick look at these. Okay. So yeah, Stocksol coming off really strong here, and Stocksol and Olek. Unfortunate for Lurs and Hamburg, especially Hamburg. Like this is losing a lot of points.
I need to get the spreadsheet up just to double check that.
Yeah, no, there's time for me to let me switch over here. Let's see. Okay, I'll go ahead and do this. So we look at
His white
the.
screen's very good, by the way.
Oh yeah, Len made that for me. I really like it. Let me see here. So the starting points. Stocksol is the one who had the most starting points to begin with. So yeah, Stocksol doing really well after this first
very,
game.
very far advanced.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Yeah, I think even with only playing one game is probably still ahead of Cafe and yourself right now. That might change after the second game. They might get fourth place and get pushed out of first.
Stocksol's very good, so I expect him to be in the final.
Yes. That would certainly be in line with expectations.
Okay, so yeah, in that game they got 31.6.
Mm-hmm. I'm not actually.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm not actually gonna enter in scores yet because it needs to be after the first pair of games. But yeah, just for the sake of
just mentally adding it in my head.
right.
17. Yeah. It's like 48, 48, 49.
Right.
So even with just one game gone, they're top.
I think Hamburg starting out with 4.8 and going down by like 25 points or something. There's going to be is going to have to make that up in the second game to not be in last place behind Watora. Yeah.
Yeah, like getting a fourth in the semi-finals. It's very hard. It's going to be very hard to recover.
Yeah, because I've only got 4 games to work with, but certainly if you get 2 firsts, then you're golden for making up for that fourth. They still haven't started. Let me take a look here. Yeah, people are talking in there. Are they going to start or not? Let me see how many people are queued. Got 3 people queued. We're just waiting on. Oh, we got 2 people queued. Let me ping people. Yeah, it's been almost 10 minutes, so it's a bit of a long break. Okay, looks like Oleg is queued.
Maybe the game took that toll so much they just need that break.
Oh yeah, Oleg got second place. So I'm just waiting on Lurs to queue now. Okay, there we go. Looks like they're gonna start. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Just need to get in that 10-minute praying session for the Mahjong gods to get that first place.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that things are pretty competitive now, so Oleg does need to does need to worry even getting that high second. Let's see here. Or is it gonna let me match hasn't started yet. Okay. I guess it's still loading.
Yeah, if it says that, it's still loading.
Yeah, I think that happens when like one person has bad internet or whatever, and it takes like an entire minute for the game to load. All right, there we
I
go.
don't know. Like sometimes, like playing on the phone, it takes a while for it to load on that one.
Let's see
Well,
here.
for me, it does anyway. Sometimes.
Okay, here we go. Beautiful. All right, yeah, gonna be like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna get the next game going.
Already.
Somebody say I'm good girl. The drinking up for wines. Every man seems so happy to see me good. Do I look nicely enough? I got dressed up before you. Look at me, this is
All right. Well, while we're waiting, I'm gonna go get myself a drink.
Yep.
Okay.
Drink wine and talk every night. Look at me, don't ever see her, don't touch her. Take time for you and me. What you like, how you like, what do you like best? What you like, how you like, I can't think anymore. What you like, how you like, what do you like best? What you like, how you like, I just want your love. Even though you look at makes me ill lady. I want to be your girl.
Okay. Had to lock my cat out. She really wanted to run in after me. I know it's gonna be a big issue.
My cat's been a bit crazy today as well. For some reason.
Yeah. I think cats are very attracted to streams and things. They hear the conversational voices and whatnot.
We play that Mahjong to dogs as well. So I'll check it out.
Okay, about to start here. Oh, it's gonna be the very last game of the first week of semifinals. see if Stoffel overtakes Yushika here or not.
If they don't lose, then yeah, they will.
Yeah, I think they probably need to get a third place for that. Yeah, for them to not be in second or higher. Okay, let me. Okay, starting off Stocksoul, having a few pairs here, but got the Haku. Maybe can speed this hand up. Lurs, yeah, these hands I think are not looking too well. Yeah, Oleg having a bunch of pairs. Having 5 pairs? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Oleg has 5 pairs to start with. May end up going Chitoi. Hamburg's hand looks pretty okay, I think. Got the 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3 there. So got like 4 good shapes. Yeah, we'll see. See who gets the better occurrences. If Stocksall manages to get that Haku, maybe he can hold on to this dealership. Otherwise, may have some difficulty. Oh, and there's Tempai. But going into
very quick Senpai.
Yep, that blazing fast Chitoi. And Stocksoul opening on the 9, assuming may end up going Honitsu. Oh no, can't go Honitsu. What you're calling? I was just seeing all these Sotaos in the hand, but can't go Honitsu anywhere, obviously. Oh, and okay, Stocksoul now may end up going Toy Toy. Is
not sure why Oleg didn't drop the 5-pin and then wait on the door for the Chitoi.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I would definitely.
Not so sure about that one.
I think that I would just Ricci on that. Ricci wait on that Dora. But yeah, I mean that Dora brings the hand up to minimum 6,400 points. It's a big deal in these tournament games. So ends up getting that. This is just nothing. Yeah, this 1,600 points. 20. Yeah. 25 fu. That's like, I mean, it's not worthless, but yeah, I mean, really needed to take advantage of that opportunity to get some points there. Even if winning on a Ricci on the 8-mon is not necessarily, it maybe it's a lot less likely, but it's like 4 times as many points. So yeah. Lur's having a pretty nice looking hand here. Got a triple and some good shapes. But it's going to be Ricci only, unless maybe we'll draw like a 7-so or something and turn that into a pair. That would actually be very desirable right now because there's no pair. So we'll see. But can't really get Dora or anything. Let's see. Oh, Oleg has 2 Dora there. Okay, hold on. How far away is Oleg?
3.
Oh, 3. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, Oleg's got something going on there. Still 2 away, but yeah. Really thinking about this. I think you could just drop the penchant. I don't know why Oleg is keeping the penchant.
Yeah, 1-2, so.
Yeah.
For that one.
Yeah. It's that 3-pin has a lot more value than that 1-2, I think. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Oh, Oleg disconnecting. Oh, I didn't get a ping or anything. I hope this is just like for a second. Yeah, I think Oleg is back. Okay.
Yeah, just maybe a very short one. I didn't see them disconnect for very long.
Yeah. I hope that didn't cause any issues. But yeah, that's really unfortunate for Oleg. Just had those 3 Dora Souths in the hand there. It's a rare opportunity, but just didn't have the chance to build that hand. And it's also so frustrating when you get the off-wind tile as a Dora and like your hand is a little bit slow, and there's nothing you can do. You just have to sit there and pray. Stocksoul's got a pretty fast looking hand. Got 2 triples there already. Already Ishan 10. May end up with a bad weight on the 5-pin or 5-mon, but yeah. Wait, who? Oh, did Hamburg just get into Tempai? Waiting on waiting on the 6-9, the half gunman. I expect that Hamburger's got this for the Double East. Get this early.
Yeah, another fast hand.
Yeah. But Lurch is actually pretty close. Stock Soul is close, so Hamburg won't necessarily win this. We'll see. Is that that's Ishanten for Lurs?
Yep.
And maybe Tempai here? Yep. Just Haku only.
Both on the same way.
Oh yeah. We may see a double run here. The 6s are kind of gone. 6s are in people's hands mostly. But the 9
only 3 left. It's going to be.
Mm.
I wouldn't say difficult since they're both waiting on it, but
yeah.
And Oleg, looking at Oleg's hand, it's going to be very likely they're going to be on the 6-pin as well, but the 3-6. So,
oh yeah. Triple run.
3-6-9 pin is very dangerous.
Okay, hold on. That's Oleg's dealing. Okay, so we got 2 people in Tempai.
Yeah, last just kind of he drew the 3-pin and kind of folded on it. Seemed like.
Yeah, we may see Lurch get back into Tempai here. Is that okay. Just symbols. Yeah. That's the second cheap hand for Oleg. Just keep getting those and Oleg will be sitting pretty though. Yeah.
No one's liking any value this time.
Yeah, it seems like things are looking kind of bad-ish for Stocksoul here in terms of getting that high position. Not looking bad for for being in the top 4, but for being in the top 2. But we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, the trouble with having so many cheap hands is
Mm-hmm.
by the time you get to the end of the game and someone gets a very expensive hand, it's going to be very hard to catch up to.
Yeah, Stocksoul's hand looks like kind of, yeah, it's got like some bad shapes in there, but a lot of them. It keeps on drawing pairs here. That's the 4th pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of them the Hatsu. So yeah, I feel like if Stocksoul just draws a couple of decent tiles here, we'll have a pretty advanced hand. And trying to get basically any win to get out of 3rd place, I think.
Yeah, it's judging by what they're calling.
Yeah.
They're definitely going very fast and hoping for the Hatsu drop.
Just feeling the vibe at this table that everything is going to be cheap. Hamburg going for a very an honor salad sort of hand here.
And if I'm looking at those calls from any of the other 3 seats,
Mm-hmm.
Hatsu is going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, and
like it's not the calls like where you think it might be Tanya and then you drop Hatsu and it's waiting on Hatsu.
I wonder why Hamburg didn't go for Honitsu here. Just looking at the 5 and 7 in the discards, if those had been kept, this hand would be really close to Honitsu. Oh, hold on, is this going to deal in? So Hamburg may end up dealing in to that cheap hand. Oh, that hand now has 3 door in it. I did not see that happening.
Hamburg dropped the Dora, so
that oh, here we go. It's gonna be big. Yeah, I don't think Hamburg's gonna be happy after this game. Yeah, so that's a big deal. Going into South 1 with Stocksoul having so many a pretty significant I mean a kind of significant lead. Scores are generally pretty close. Alright, well this hand is not that great. Oleg's starting out with a triple and a really nice so shapes. but not in good shapes otherwise. I could imagine that becoming a Shinitsu, depending on what the next draws are. Oh, well, there's
It's got potential, but
mhm.
it probably won't end up being Chinitsu, but
Yeah,
we can dream.
yeah. Well, it's got 4 shapes, and that technically is enough, right? Or well, hold on. One, I guess it's only 3. It seems like it should be 4, but yeah.
It's gonna you'll need to use shift if you do go for Chinitsu or Honitsu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And depending on if they do get the tiles, it's still early enough for them to do so.
Right. And
Look at
definitely.
Hamburg's hand with their free Dora.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, Hamburg's hand looking all like if Hamburg draws the 7 so for example, a 5 is all right. Hold on. What does that do? Yeah, so might end up dropping one of those Dora. We'll see. Could draw another one, and that would be very good.
I would draw one of their pairs if they were to draw something Mansu or
Yeah.
or the 3-6 spin.
Yeah, one of those terminal pairs would be good to drop.
But if they do draw one, and you might as well reach on the Dora.
Right.
Especially just getting to the last stages of this round now.
Right. Yeah, Ricci with 2 Dora is just fine. That 5 so. Hmm. Well, Stocksol's hand is developing pretty well here, but it's getting near the end of the second row already. Thinking about taking this just for Tempai, I guess. But yeah, it does seem a bit early for that.
Yeah, they might have to be tempted, but 25 tiles left. It's more like 1 or 2 rounds early to go get something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Especially this hand is pretty nice. Like they could still reach you on this. I mean, it's getting to the point where they won't, obviously, but in the last couple of turns, I feel like they could have easily taken that. The possibility of Menton pin as dealer. Hmm. That's a bit of a backfire. That would have been Tempai. What was that? That was Lurse's deal in. But it isn't Simples?
Not sure why they didn't.
Was it Hurriten? Hold on, let me if I can see before the hand ends. I think. Hold on, I'm seeing pin tiles, but yeah, right. Well, that ended up working out for him anyway. Okay, very close scores for second here. That was a nice looking hand. Starting out 2 away, kind of just a little worthless Penchun sitting there. Some chance of Sanshoku, I guess.
Larson Stocks are the best hands out of this bunch. Sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lur's hand also looking pretty nice.
Yeah, he's on 10 for last now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, finally getting rid of that Penchun. Some chance of Simples.
Stocks are also reaching on 10. With a lesser acceptance rate, but they do get 10 by
Oh, there they go. But they didn't take that. That's Tempai, right? They didn't take that weight on the 8 so. They could have taken that. I feel like it's perfectly fine. That's. I think that's an interesting choice. Oh, they just waited a turn.
Yeah, the classic way 1 turn to reach you, just in case you do draw that 6
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, that's something that I will do. Is that I'll wait 1 turn to Ricci usually it's because I just don't want to be sitting there waiting for 10 seconds before I reach E. Not because I actually like am unsure. Well, I mean, it is because I'm unsure, but like, not because I'm unsure if I want to wait for another tile or something. Just because I don't. I feel like it's a big giveaway if you sit there waiting for a long time that you have like a bad wait.
Yeah, that's when you. Oh, okay. Hamburg deal again.
Yeah, that's too bad for Hamburg. It's just Ricci
Yeah,
only.
I was looking at Lurs's hand and seeing that they were primed to deal in if they were to draw a Tempai. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess it could be fortunate for them that Hamburg dealt in first.
yeah. Definitely, yeah. Lurs could have reached into the deal in that classic, that old chestnut. Again, Lurs having a pretty nice looking hand here. Got another again, starting with a penchant. That's a decent draw there. But let's see. Stock Soul has some nice so shapes there. Some nice shapes in
They're
general.
Ishan already.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no,
2 away?
they were, but they decided to drop the Dolphin instead.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Stock Soul can play pretty defensively here, probably. With Hamburg being the dealer.
I mean, I don't. The dropping the North here isn't that bad since it's like so rarely and it's very this hand is very easily can get very easily get Tanya.
Right. Yeah, and yeah, being so early, not that big a deal. Yeah, starting out with a nice 2 Shanten versus like a slightly worse Ishanten.
Because the weight
If you get
otherwise
more
would have been,
value.
it would have been 7-man in North, which
Right. Yeah.
it's okay, but it's not
Yeah.
valuable enough. And with the point gap being so close, you kind of want a bit of value along with your speed.
Mm-hmm. That was interesting. Dropping that three so rather than the north. I feel like could very easily get a chance to get rid of this Kanchan by keeping that 3 so. Because it turns this.
I think they're just keeping this North for a tile. They could just discard
Yeah.
Patsu turn.
Right, because yeah, they've certainly got the leeway to keep that in their hand. It's not like they're gonna get a lot of
the
value.
only tile that's going to improve this hand is 6 pin.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that may be what they're thinking.
Without getting Tempai.
Yeah, like if they do keep that 3 so and end up expanding on the Nobiton and drop this out, then they are getting rid of the potential value in their hand at the same time. Oh, here we go, Richie for Hamburg. What's this? 3/6 weight? Okay. Just hit Richie only hand?
Only one left in the wall.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, and probably no one's going to be dropping this Dora.
No, definitely not. No, Oleg's pushed. Well, not exactly pushed. It was a safe tile, but going for that Tempai.
Now Lurs in Tempai, but not taking the. Oh, hold on a second. This deals into Oleg for a pretty decent simples hand.
Cool.
Oh,
that's unfortunate.
And Stocksel ends up winning on a simples hand. Okay, very good result for Stocksel. So now going into the South 4, so yeah, we'll see if we get a big swing here, but it seems pretty unlikely that maybe we'll see Stocksel get second rather than first, but I mean, could actually be pushed into third pretty easily with a direct hit, but I expect that Stocksel will avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah, they won't deal in, especially with this hand as well. This hand seems fast enough for them to just end the round outright if they get their tiles.
Right. There is.
Although that's a thing as well. Like if you're first in South 4
Mhm.
and you have a hand like this, do you try and be aggressive enough to end the round early?
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if they open on this hand for simples, that means they don't have to reachy, but they may end up, if they call 2 times for Tempai, they may have very few tiles in their hand that they can actually fold on, and they're not going to be keeping safe tiles, so it could be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, Oleg dropping the free. If Oleg drops the free, then
okay.
it seems worth it to me.
Yeah, so that's interesting that Stoxel is keeping that pair of 9s, so they're not necessarily going after simples.
Yeah,
So
they're
maybe
just going for the Ishantan.
Yeah.
Trying to get the Tanya.
And I wonder if part of that decision is not wanting to open if it's not needed.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's their thought process.
Yeah, if they can get a closed Pinfu, is that actually
no?
pretty...
They don't need the nine months
Right.
now since they got that pair.
right, yeah. Yeah, so now they're Ishan 10 for a simple Pinfu. Well, actually, it's not Pinfu because we'll be waiting on the waiting on the 3, so excuse me. I think I need to mute myself for a second here.
I don't really see the value in Oleg's hand if they don't go for this Honitsu. They are dealers, so I don't know. I think they should really try and they really need to speed up their hand if they want to get a wrench on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Oleg is still like 2 away, aren't they? Like, well, that's 1 away.
Yeah, 1 away now. Although they gifted Stoxel their tempo.
All right, there we go.
Which they did so in return to them. But now, well, Oleg's weight is dead, which is unfortunate. 2 6-pence out, and the other 2 are in Stoxel's hand.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's no way that Stoxel's going to end up dropping, though, so... Okay, good change weight here, though. Single weight? I feel like the single weight would be good. Because you can upgrade it, and you can upgrade it to any other single weight as well. Or like a Nobaton. Oh. Oh, boy.
Well, Stoxel got their Tanya. And that is the end.
Yeah, pretty reasonable expected result there. Alright, yeah, so Stoxel doing extremely well at the start of these semifinals. Definitely in first place. Had the most points to start with, and also got first twice in a row. There's no way they're not way in the lead.
Yeah, I don't see them dropping out of the top 4 unless they get really, really bad 2 games for the final 2 games.
Right. So yeah, Stoxel looking very good for the finals, especially since they probably are going to be playing very, very smartly in order to maximize their chance of getting in the top 4, which is going to make that even more likely. In addition to their level of skill and so on. So yeah, it seems extremely likely they'll end up going into the finals. Oleg here, I think that third is not removing too many. That's like a 5-point deduction because they're at starting value. So Oleg is doing all right. So yeah, I think Oleg got some positive points here. Lurs, I think, has got negative points in these games, and so did Hamburg, obviously. So I think Stoxel and Oleg are the ones looking good here. Lurs is going to have a rough time, and Hamburg going to have a very rough time, I think.
I mean, honestly, the only winner in this game is
Stoxel. Yeah.
Like Oleg got a bit of points, but the out Stoxel just an outright winner of these 2 games.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, Stoxel definitely taking all the points here. Yeah, and Aminola got a second and a third, so yeah, like the points are, let's see, it's gonna be 15 points basically, or 10 points, 10 points positive. So basically, has a very decent chance to end up in the final four by doing well in the next pair of games, but needs to do well in them. Whereas Stocksol needs to just not absolutely tank. So yeah.
Yeah, Stocksol's only job in these last two games is to just maintain.
Yeah, and like
getting a third or a second is perfectly fine. Just avoid fourth place.
Yeah, or even getting like a decent fourth place would be fine. Like a 20,000 point fourth place wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, and also having to rely on other players to do really well in order to get up to them as well.
Right. Yeah, for like Lurs and Hamburg, yeah, in order for them to get in the top four, they're gonna need to like really pull some stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's just because I'm in the top four, but anyone outside of the top 4 or 5, they need really decent games, and they also need to rely on the other people up the top to tank along with that. Because there's no use in getting a first and a second and plus 40. Well, all 3 people at the top above you are also going to get like a 20 or a plus score. So it's going to be interesting who gets matched up with who in these final 2 games.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you match them up anyway? Or is that a trade secret?
I think you have to ask Anui because I forgot how it works. It's based on placements.
It's their trade secret.
It's something like, well, I mean, it'll be something like first place, 6th place, 8th place, 15th place, and then the other ones will be like something like that. They're seated.
I see.
So... oh my god, sorry. I'm having coughing fits here. Yeah, that's probably. Yeah. Managed to make it through too. But yeah, thanks for joining me. I think I better end the stream now before I pass out.
Go get some rest.
Yeah, but yeah, thanks a lot for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for letting me join.
So long.
See you later.